A Winnipeg couple has said thanks but no thanks to an offer of free tickets to the NHL Heritage Classic. The offer came after the pair complained about having to buy a pricey ticket for their 6-month-old. So now they're taking a stand and taking their complaint further. Salima has this story for us.
Well, Ian, the story has had a lot of back and forth, so I want to start at the beginning here. Clifford Anderson and Shailin Meady, both huge Winnipeg Jets fans, so they're pretty excited to find out the Heritage Classic was going to be in their city next month. They bought tickets, and they planned to bring along this little cutie pie. That's William. He's 6 months old. Turns out there was a bit of a problem. They found out that they would have to pay for a seat for this wee, wriggling infant. Absurd, right? Here's William's mom.
You wouldn't use the seat anyways, right? Because until they're around 2 years old, they're not even heavy enough to hold the seat down that folds over. So basically we would be buying tickets for a seat that nobody would be sitting in, and it's just like an empty chair somewhere.
And guess how much that empty chair would cost them? $400, no joke, for 2 of those Heritage Classic events. After that interview aired, that was earlier in the week, the NHL actually contacted the couple and apologized to them, also offered them some free tickets, but those tickets came with a catch. Basically, they said, don't tell anybody. This is a one-time offer, and the league wasn't planning to extend that offer to other young couples with very young babies. Despite the fact that this has happened before for a Heritage Classic game, it happened about 2 years ago to a BC couple who wanted to bring their 6-month-old to the game. So it angered this couple from Winnipeg, and now they're planning to file a human rights complaint. Here's why.
Something that I value strongly. I very much value access for young people to hockey, for people that don't have a lot of money to hockey. And it's a small thing that these organizations can do that doesn't cost them anything. It's absolutely zero cost for them to allow an infant or an unlapped child to come in.
So it is unclear what grounds the human rights complaint will be filed under, whether it'll be discrimination against a breastfeeding mother, perhaps, or a lack of reasonable accommodation.
There's so much to think about here. You know, one is what the 6-month-old gets from being at the hockey game, but we can put that aside for a moment. The NHL, that was interesting. They wanted to keep this quiet. What did they say about this policy?
Well, that's the thing. That's another interesting question. It's actually not an overreaching policy for indoor NHL games. Basically, each team treats it differently for those indoor arenas. Most all let kids under 2 in for free. One team, the Buffalo Sabres, even lets kids under 4 in for free. But this is, of course, an outdoor event. It's at non-NHL stadiums, and the league says somehow it's a safety issue. Here is the statement that they actually sent us. They say the policy reflects the need to ensure a safe and comfortable environment for our fans in staging these games in non-NHL stadiums in varied and unpredictable weather conditions. But of course that statement sparks so many more questions, Ian's, and not so many answers. Why would the infant be less safe in his mother's arms than in a seat? And why would this policy be different from what's played normally in these stadiums?
We're back in 2 hours. I have questions for you. Thanks, Salima.
You're welcome.